Hey, how's it going? This is your Daily Sweet Talk for February 13th, 2023. And the Super Bowl was yesterday, I believe. Yes. Um, and M&Ms, did their whole campaign that they were setting up that everyone thought was the M&Ms mascots were actually retiring, and now it's very obviously like it was pretty obvious to me from the beginning that was an ad campaign, and now it's like I wonder how people are going to remember it now. If it was like, oh, remember when everyone thought M&M's was going to retire the mascots, or if they're going to be like, oh, remember that Super Bowl ad campaign where M&M's pretended to retire the mascots. I actually think they're not going to remember either one because this was a very free. Besides the Twitter ruckus, people getting outraged on Twitter or whatever, not outraged, but like what, going what on Twitter. Um, Besides that, which is just like a blip on the internet, um, they made a very. They did not make a splash at the Super Bowl at all, from what I could tell. No one's talking about their ads, and that might be because ads during the Super Bowl don't mean anything anymore. They're debuted, way in advance. These ads were not, but they did like set it up way in advance, like with the Twitter posts. Everyone paid more attention to than the actual ad in the Super Bowl. They had these ads for Maya Rudolph that were set up before the Super Bowl, and then the actual ads they had during the Super Bowl were like payoff to all that stuff they set up. And if you're not like keyed in to what's going on with M&M's, it's just like, what is this ad that they're showing me? Because they have all these other ads that they'll like, maybe you'll have caught on Reddit or whatever social media you use. That maybe you'll get an ad for Maya Rudolph's going, I'm the new M&M's mascot. I've changed the name to M&Ms. I put my face on them, and also they have clams in them now. Maybe you've seen those ads, but if you're just watching the Super Bowl, you'll only see the ad of Maya Rudolph vaguely going, M&Ms, candy-coated clam bites. They're delicious. And if you watch that, you're like, what is this? Is this M&M's? But it says M&Ms. What is this? Because you don't know, you don't necessarily know that M&Ms are retired. Maybe you heard a little something about that. The general viewing public just watching the Super Bowl is not going to get that. I didn't watch the Super Bowl, so I only know. I went and sought out what the M&M's Super Bowl commercial was that year. They had one commercial of Maya Rudolph advertising M&M's candy coated clam bites, and then the follow up with like no, there was no. I on a Discord server I'm on, someone was like, who put it on your bingo card that Maya Ross and M&M's are going to fight to the death or something. No, they didn't do anything like that. There was no confrontation or anything. At the end of the Maya Rudolph ad, you could see red in the background going like, help us, like a sign that says help us. And then I guess later in the Super Bowl, they have another ad that's just like the M&M's doing a press conference. Maybe it was after the Super Bowl, I don't know. That's just like, it's good to be back. We're glad to be back. It's like, what happened? Why are you back? Because it was such a disaster, clearly, from that ad that no one wants Manya's clam bites. That was not spelled out. Like, yes, obviously it's a bad idea, but like it was like a very shoddily produced campaign, I think, all around. Like, you're expecting so much from the people who are going to see these ads to be able to follow your storyline that you're not like setting up clearly for them, and they just didn't really put enough into making this like a thing. It was just there should have been Manya stuff on the store shelves to get more people like. I guess this would be too much effort for an ad campaign, but I don't know because it's just the Super Bowl. If I don't know, I just feel like if they were gonna do it, they should have like done it right. Maybe, who cares? I just think, yeah, it was very like sloppy. It was like, someone just watching the Super Bowl is not going to understand what the bit they're doing is. They could have had like a Snickers commercial with the yellow peanut M&M, like working for Snickers. They didn't have that. There was just like an implied, there's more stuff just like on social media posts than anything else. Like that's the marketing now. But that's like nothing. No one's gonna follow your storyline through that. I don't know.